Hello and welcome to Dunkermed channel. You know, just boiling up a karambit. I broke the Polehawk. We can go take a look at it. We can go and take a look at the maple trunk. Excuse me, ash trunk, from which I have taken this stout knotless section, and it removed 9/10 of the volume so far. Still quite a ways to go. Hellos to my fellows. We're back in the copse. Little Miss Honeynut and myself. Yesterday morning around the same time I was down here having a thrash with the Polehawk, and it broke. In a pretty obvious place, but that wasn't what I was expecting, actually. But yeah, that's where it broke. And that was a little disappointing, in as much as I was enjoying using the tool and having some success with this whole vine situation here. So I immediately embarked upon Mark II. I've already been thinking maybe I should make a Mark II. And in fact, I even have another one of these Jason Browse Enforcer karambits. Because when I was in my karambit phase, these things were going cheap and I just got two. Got one black and one satin or whatever it is. So yeah, I started thinking I should, dig this one out or pull that one back out of there or something, and because I like having the flipper option. But I also was thinking about, making a more robust pole, and as I started coming up with a more robust pole, I thought, it's just the liner lock thing on the top there is probably not going to cut it. And also how to attach it becomes more complicated if I'm going for something formal, maybe take the liners out and crust it and and at the end of the day, for so much work for something that actually probably still going to break sooner than later. So I boiled this up yesterday and got the scales off. Had lovely scales on it, but it's not something I've ever used. And I basically kind of deleted the ricasso area here to get more blade length, and so that it doesn't hook up. It had something a lot like this whole kind of prominence there going on, which is useless for the intended function. And so I went and split an ash trunk, and I got this out of it. And that was my yesterday. Just doing this thing, pretty much. And I did some other things, but I spent a lot of time tapping away at this. It's about 5.5 feet long, and I've probably removed 9/10 of the mass from what it was. And so if I encrust this up into this nicely, then we're going to have Polehawk Mark II. So I've been working this in various ways. I started splitting it out with axes and wedges and stuff, and then I was chopping on it with my knife of choice for yesterday. Long knife of choice. Put this away. Show you the long knife of choice. The hoodlum. Doesn't chop as well as other knives, but if you're chopping out this, it maybe becomes not so much about how much power and so forth. It's more about control and stamina, being able to just for hours on end. And so this is a really good knife for that. It's got a great edge, it's got good kind of geometry for removing material, and yeah, the whole geometry of the thing and the balance of it work pretty well. And then from there I went back and forth to axes and split bits off, and just kept working it down. Eventually started getting a flat side, which is, this is the outside side, and that's why we're getting warp now, because I was making it straight the whole time, but overnight, I mean, actually it's just been tending to warp in this direction anyway. But that's fine, because I'm still going to keep removing off this more and more. And once it's nice and thin and flexible and straight and everything, then I can get it over this fire and roast it and straighten it if it still needs straightening. So yeah, let's go have a look at the ash. Okay, I just came up with this off the floor. This is the top. This is the top of the pole. So that's where it was when I cut it off. Okay, that diameter. Well, we'll go and have a look at the other chunk it came off as well. And that will burn.